It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck!
Tonight, a controversial billboard targeting Prime Minister Philip Davis called a crime against the nation's leader. Also, government defense paying thousands of dollars to two Trump supporters to strengthen its ties with the United States. And later, a heartfelt story of a mother whose son's special diagnosis inspired her to take a leap. Eyewitness News, the weekend edition, starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jose Etienne. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping the weekend edition, a controversial billboard targeting Prime Minister Philip Davis sparking widespread concerns on lines being crossed on the campaign trail. Eyewitness News received images of the sign on Saturday, reportedly placed in western New Providence. Now, PLP officials and political pundits alike began pointing fingers at the Free National Movement. However, FNM officials condemned the billboard and asserted that it was not printed, sanctioned, or approved by the party via a social media post. But PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell isn't buying it.
There is a nasty poster which they put up in Nassau today, and someone ought to report these people for their criminal behavior to the police and ensure that that nasty poster is taken down. It is a serious personal attack against the leader of our party. It has no place in Bahamian politics, and the sign should be removed. That's what the FNM is doing, because they have no policies and no way to win.
The political battlefield continues to heat up as major parties carry their campaigns throughout the Family Islands. The governing Progressive Liberal Party taking its Choose Progress rally to San Salvador. Laurencia Smith was there, and she gives us this recap.
My name is Shirley Salim, and it's all about the PLP right now.
All of us eat, and so we support him continually because he go out the way.
Voting for Brave, I see results being done. Under the FNM, Club Med was closed for a little while. I mean, we all going through the pandemic, but when the PLP came back in, it was open up.
That's residents of San Salvador voicing why they continue to support Prime Minister Philip Davis and the Progressive Liberal Party. The islands of Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador form a single constituency, long considered a PLP stronghold. Just before 11 p.m. Friday night, Davis took to the rally stage alongside his deputy and cabinet colleagues, highlighting what he calls tangible progress, announcing nearly $250,000 already invested in small and medium-sized businesses to help drive local economic growth. He also underscored that education and housing remains top priorities in his administration's vision for the island.
The upgrades at the United States Primary School, and very soon sign and ink the contract with the San Salvador Central High School to ensure our children are not disadvantaged. Our PLP government is also ensuring that you all have good quality, affordable housing. I've heard your calls, and in this term, we began a sustainable housing program. I'm pleased that we have some 10 homes ready for occupancy.
The constituency has roughly 1,700 registered voters. Now, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper also hitting the stage, telling supporters that the administration is focused on real investment and development for the island.
We're spending $3 million on the airport to ensure that it's upgraded. It's a part of our Family Island Renaissance program. We're doing 19 airports, but he is committed to ensuring that you are not left out. So, Sansal, I come to tell you, you getting your things too.
Also addressing the base in Barnabas candidate, Michael Alcides pointing to the party's record as it relates to what he calls economic recovery. Meanwhile, Elizabeth candidate Jo Beth Colby Davis urging residents to stay the course at the polls and reminding them that San Salvador is more than a footnote on the party's plans.
We no longer have a government that stop, review, cancel. No more stop, review, cancel means Family Island manufacturing plants are coming, bringing jobs, opportunity, bringing dignity to our people.
And as we inch closer to the upcoming general election, Prime Minister Davis made his plea to the residents of San Salvador and asked them to continue to place their trust in him as they've been doing for a number of years. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Still on the campaign trail, the FNM's hitting the road, taking its message of "We work for you" directly to voters. Their latest stop, the island of Exuma, where party leaders and supporters gathered to rally support ahead of the next general election. Addressing the crowd, party leader Michael Pintard challenged Exumians to consider whether they have truly seen the progress the PLP continues to promote.
We want to know, what progress are they talking about? Well, in the same way, you're answering them every single day to tell them what they count as progress. We don't count as progress. You know, they a little confused. They keep talking about all the things they will do for us, not thinking we are smart enough to say, if in fact you were making progress, you wouldn't have hit the pause button to call an election, because if you're doing well, you want to keep doing well. And if they wanted stiffer penalties for those who were violating immigration laws, they just needed one more day to go to Parliament to do it. But no, they hit the pause button. If they wanted to create economic opportunities for small businesses, medium businesses in Exuma, they just needed to make the grants available, the bridge loans available. But no, they hit the pause button.
Making her way to the stage, the Free National Movement's candidate for Exuma and Ragged Island, Deborah Moxie Roll, pointed to what she described as unfinished work still affecting residents in that constituency.
The roads are incomplete, creating continuous hazard for members of the public. The airport is incomplete. The water to Little Exuma and Baratari and Stewart Manor, incomplete. The Sailing Museum is incomplete. The Youth Empowerment Center, incomplete. The docks and airports in Black Point, Daniel Key, and Farmers Key are still incomplete. The Black Point Clinic, incomplete. In Ragged Island, the school and the clinic, still incomplete. I wonder what the I in Chester Cooper name stands for. Anybody want to guess? I have walked these islands with you. I have heard the stories that break your hearts and fuel my fire.
Back here in the capital, as the nation gears up for the next general election, our Rebecca Bain continues her quest, taking a political temperature check in the various constituencies, and tonight all roads lead to St. James.
In just 9 days, 41 constituencies will head to the polls, and for the newest St. James, residents say they are ready to make their choice known. The constituency is made up of parts of Killarney and Golden Isles, a move some residents have mixed reviews about.
Basically, it's still the same constituency if you ask everybody, because we all in Golden Isles. I know why they split it up. I guess they wanted to create an next seat for their friends. So.
Yeah, it's a good decision. I agree with it. You know, and with St. James and Golden Isles, I love the idea. Okay, so we can be separated.
And now that the constituency stands alone, expectations are already set for the first member of parliament.
So a lot of issues need to be addressed. Like if you look on my right side over there, I talked to Owen Wells on that already about trying to keep that clean, because over the past 10, 20 years, he's always said it's supposed to be a green space cleaned up, kept yearly, but it didn't happen.
And the first thing I really want them to really do is build a center for the children. When the children come out of school, that they will have some place to go.
We need more street lights, because if you ladies were to catch flat on this road in the night, God help you all if someone ain't come quick, because it's dark. We need them to fix the roads, man. Because the roads breaking up our car. You know, we struggled so hard to get our car, and then the roads breaking up our car.
On May 12th, the ballot will feature several candidates to choose from, and one name on the list is no stranger to politics. Free National Movement Deputy Leader Shannon Dawn Cartwright is vying to make the switch from the St. Barnabas constituency to this new territory, and some supporters are ready for the constituency to be painted red.
I just moved back home, and this is my first time voting, and honestly, I think I'm going to be voting for Mr. Cartwright. He seemed like an honest man, and have some good plans for the community.
But there's another choice that has seemed to convince voters to ride the blue and gold wave, despite being a newcomer to politics.
That's my boy. Oh, and that's my boy.
Pickstock was here. He started to do some work. And I asked, we tried to get Mr. Wells to finish off the work what Pickstock left.
I'm going to give him that chance. I don't know about others, but I'm going to give him that chance.
And continuing the list of newcomers, some in this electorate say they are open to giving Coalition of Independence candidate Latoya Bain a try at the seat.
The F&M come to my door and I run them. The PLP came to my door and I ran them. You understand? Because all two of them full of caca.
So give the COI a chance.
Yeah, man, I'll give anybody a chance.
Now, with less than 2 weeks to go before history is made at the polls for St. James, residents say they hope their member of parliament will do one thing.
Keep their promise.
Rebecca Bain, Eyewitness News.
The Davis administration facing a wave of criticisms over fiscal responsibility concerns after a Miami Herald report revealed that government is paying two allies of President Donald Trump thousands of dollars to help strengthen relations with the United States. C.J. Pearson, a Make America Great Again youth influencer and commentator, has registered as a foreign agent and will be paid $20,000 a month. Trump ally Roger Stone is also being paid at least $100,000 a month. Both foreign agents have been hired to help the country build stronger relations with the United States. Now, in light of the report and the criticisms that followed, the Office of the Prime Minister released a statement defending its decision to hire retainers. The press release noted that government retains public affairs advisors whose work is to represent Bahamian interests with U.S. policymakers, media, and key stakeholders. The statement further read that retaining such advisory firms is a standard. Meanwhile, F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands says this decision is a slap in the face to scores of public servants who he says are still waiting to be paid.
I think it's most unfortunate that the government, who cannot find money to pay nurses, who cannot find money to pay doctors, who cannot find money to pay reserve police officers, or to provide a kitchen at the Princess Margaret Hospital, who have neglected much of the needs of the ordinary Bahamian people, think that it's reasonable to spend this amount of money on lobbying activity after they have made an absolute mess of foreign relations. Now they expect to just throw money at it. It is not only unreasonable, it is obscene.
Well, a number of voters who stood in long lines on Thursday are sharing why they thought it was important to endure the issues and cast their ballots.
Young, especially young people who maybe feel as though they don't feel connected or a part of the democratic processes in this country. They feel like their voices aren't being heard. This is a very easy way, well, aside from the wait, for you to affect change in your country.
Because persons were unable to do this because of the color of their skin. And mostly women should be able to say, you know what? Persons like Dame Doris Johnson and others who fought for the suffrage movement, they should not sit down and take this for granted.
If I don't cast my ballot, I can't complain.
People have to come out and make a choice. We have to accept what the end result is, but if we don't participate, if we don't get involved, then we have no right to beef and complain afterwards. So,
to be honest with you, I would love to say it's about change and about the community and the way it needs to be, but it seems as if nothing is really changing. As simple as this voting process.
Well, in other news, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell is defending government's travel, which has come under heavy scrutiny over their term in office. In just 4 years, the Davis administration spent $74.4 million on travel in comparison to the Minnis administration's $38.6 million, recent figures confirmed. Mitchell maintains that the bulk of the budget was spent on travel for technocrats, calling the Free National Movement's criticism of the budget dishonest.
There's a religious song that says, "Let our work speak for us." I think nothing more needs to be said on that point. Again, this is just, trashy nonsense by the F&M trying to beat the drum on something which they know is not correct when you go and look at the facts on the ground. of what has transpired. I keep saying to people, when you look at the government's travel budget, the people who travel most are the public officials, not politicians. They have to go to meetings all around the world. And this stuff isn't cheap to do. And the Bahamas has shown results on the ground for whatever expenditure, public expenditure there is.
The Free National Movement says if elected, it would introduce local government to New Providence to give communities a stronger voice. FNM Golden Isles candidate Brian Brown making the announcement during the party's rally on Tuesday, where he says the goal is to ensure that residents are able to raise and address their own concerns. The minister's administration had planned to introduce local government to the capital by 2020 after going through a public consultation process in 2018, but it never materialized.
The FNM is going to do something this country has never done before. Under the next Prime Minister, Michael Clifton Pintard, this FNM government, for the first time in history, New Providence will have its own local government. We will empowered, funded, and accountable to the people who live there. Every neighborhood will have a voice that does not have to wait on the phone call to Nassau, because Golden Isles, Carmichael, Adelaide, and every community across the island deserve to fix what is broken without begging for permission.
We've added another access point to make sure that you're up to date with news. Follow the Eyewitness News WhatsApp channel by scanning the QR code on your screen or visiting our social media pages for a direct link. And while you're there, don't forget to follow Eyewitness News on Instagram and Facebook. If you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Eye on News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms at Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube pages, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comment section below. We want to hear from you. And still to come tonight, an outgoing member of parliament is honored for his legacy as the party turns the page with a new candidate. And later, Customs welcomes scores of new recruits but calls for more resources. We've got more on those stories, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first national youth guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
The FNM can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard is expressing gratitude to Long Island's outgoing Member of Parliament, Adrian Gibson, for his years of service and contributions to the island. Pintard made the comments during a recent rally there where he praised Gibson's work and commitment to the community, describing his tenure as one marked by dedication and fairness. This comes as Gibson, who's at the center of a corruption trial in the Supreme Court, confirmed that he will not run as an independent candidate in the upcoming general election. Dr. Andre Rollins was ratified as the party's standard bearer for the island, long considered a stronghold for the FNM.
Was able to improve not only water production but distribution, renewing the guts, the infrastructure, beginning the work for the airport, making sure that the engineering studies were done, and of course that we work towards sealing the deal. He did as much as he can. He can't make a prime minister sign the final contract to mobilize the work, but all that was required, he fought to make it happen. And not just with the airport, but with the road works, and most especially with the water. So for those who are mistaken about him skipping some settlements, it is an absolute lie, fabricated in my view by the PLP. The IDB and those that provided funding had a simple proposition: work first in the area with the highest density.
Recently, the Customs Department welcomed a new cohort of officers into its ranks, with more than 100 recruits now entering training. Head of the department, Comptroller Ralph Monroe, says while the addition of new recruits is a welcome boost, the reality is, he says, that more resources and personnel are needed to meet growing demands.
I've declined the offer, but nonetheless, I think we're going to fill those persons in. In terms of manpower being addressed, of course, you know, the Bahamas is very big. We talk over 100,000 square miles. We've got in excess of 28 ports, and we have shift system in many of those islands. This is going to ameliorate what we have to an extent, but whether you believe it or not, it's not going to fully address it even then.
Now, the Customs Department is responsible for approximately 40% of the country's revenue, amounting to nearly $1.5 billion. Monroe says officers are to ensure that government gets everything that is due to them.
We train officers so that they can detect fraud. Also, we make sure that we have a good relationship with the community, in particular with the business community. We get information from businesses who are in competition with each other. Clearly, if you're getting something for $1, it means that you can mark it up and you can get a good price. But if that other person is now saying, no, that's not $1, he could not have purchased that for more than $3, he's at a disadvantage, so he would give us the information. And so what we do is we make sure that we have good relationship with the business community to assist us with information as well.
Coming up in tonight's Sunday feature, a mother's love on full display in her pursuit of higher education for the betterment of her child's diagnosis. We've got more on that right after this break.
The FNM can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Everybody get up.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
The F&M can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, in tonight's Sunday feature, we share the brave story of a mother's love going beyond the bounds of rationality and practical thinking to ensure the best odds for her son and his special diagnosis. Our Janelle Longley has more in tonight's Sunday feature.
At the age of 2, Alan Fox Jr. was diagnosed with autism, and his parents were told that he would be nonverbal. But today, the charismatic preteen has scored a seat as an honor roll student, passed his examination to get into high school, and was named Student of the Year for Thelma Gibson, evidently defying all those odds.
In addition to traveling, I like spending time with my classmates. I like reading books in my free time, and I like to dine out in restaurants. And I love the ambiance in the restaurants. Yeah, my favorite restaurant is Poop Deck.
Donnell Major Fox, Allen's mother, like many parents after such a diagnosis, had her moments of despair, but she was committed to ensuring the best results for her baby boy. She quit her job as a teacher and went back to school in New Jersey to get her master's in special education, with a concentration on applied behavior analysis.
We would have spent 2.5 years there in New Jersey, where he was able to attend a school and gain, a lot of skills and made a lot of progress over the 2.5 year period. And so once I was done with school, I returned home as the Lord would have had me to do. And once I returned, I had hoped that I would have been a meaningful asset in the Ministry of Education, being a 17-year veteran teacher. But I ended up back in the classroom.
And it was then that Reigning Heights Children's Center, her own private practice, opened its doors.
I think my youngest was 18 months, and now we're 18 months up to about 6 years old. After being in just providing therapy for about a year, my parents began asking about the possibility of me opening a school, which is something that I knew would happen eventually, but it ended up happening sooner than I expected. And Reigning Heights Academy came about in 2025, September.
Now with her own practice, a school, and her own living testament to the capability of faith mixed with her professional expertise, Fox is determined to help more parents understand that the diagnosis is no death sentence and that their kids also have bright futures ahead.
The important thing to remember is that early intervention is key. You don't want to wait until the child is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old to begin looking for those services. If you get ahead of it, it tells of what the future can be.
Hoping to pass on the same principles that helped her to get her where she is today.
I knew the voice of the Lord. I knew his direction, and I trusted him to a fault. Like, whatever it was that he asked me to do, I did. And he has never let me down once on this journey. Every single prayer I prayed for my son, he's answered.
Well, that does it for us in the weekend edition. For all of us here at Eyewitness